Okay, gang, this is a quick tutorial on the inquiring and analyzing portion of the Design-O-Matic, which is basically what you're going to use to walk through your personal project. This is the first step of the paperwork side of your personal project, kind of the different things that you need to fill out in order to remain accountable during your personal project. So before you can even start your project, we have to kind of walk you through a lot of these things over here. The 4 stages of the design cycle: inquiring and analyzing, developing ideas, creating the solution, and then ultimately evaluating as well. Step 1 is inquiring and analyzing, which over the years we should know by now that this is where we are going to identify a problem and then also justify why it is a problem we're solving. So up at the top here, you're going to see your IB level descriptors. These are basically the scales that we're going to be working with. As far as your IB scoring is concerned, should be fairly self-explanatory, but you can read through that on your own. Up here at the top where it says topic, this is where you are going to identify what your topic area, your passion is, what is something that you wanted to keep working on. So let's say you wanted to keep working on an inventor, maybe engineering is your topic area, or maybe you're extremely interested in basketball, or whatever it might be. Okay, there's no wrong answer here. This is where you are going to have space to talk about, or at least list, the passion area that you want. Okay, and then down here, okay, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So in your passion area, or whatever, you need to define a problem worth trying to solve. Okay, and now this isn't necessarily like a major problem. We're not talking about avoiding nuclear war or anything like that, but just some sort of problem. You know, if my topic was basketball, and then maybe I felt like the Meredith basketball team didn't get enough publicity, or you wanted to do something cool with it, so you could just type, you know, Meredith basketball does not have a good public image, or something like that. Why is it a problem? Because you want kids to get involved. You want the community to know what's going on. You want to just increase the brand that is Meredith basketball, or, you know, whatever. Sometimes this can be a little bit more difficult to figure out, but it's definitely something that you stop and think about it, you should be able to do. Then down here, you need to do a little bit of research. Okay, you can Google the problem or Google something similar, or just investigate a little bit. Are there solutions that already exist for the problem that you're talking about? If there are, that's okay. It does not matter. But we need to go ahead and take a look and see, hey, maybe somebody else has already done some of this work for us, and we should probably take a look. So let's say I go online, and I'll go back to my Meredith basketball analogy. Right now, we don't currently have anything, but you probably could do a Google search to find where other teams have used similar things, and then you can get a lot of really good ideas. Okay, a lot of kids struggle when it comes to being creative because they think they have to do everything from scratch. Do the research, look for other solutions that people have tried, and then kind of borrow and make it yours. If you find something you really like, let's make it happen. Down here, you need to write a short design brief. I'm not wanting tons and tons and tons and tons of sentences. You don't need to write me a paper. Essentially, you're just going to use this sentence starter here. You're going to start a new text box, and you do need to retype it. I will design and create a new Meredith basketball poster in order to solve our problem with publicity, or whatever. Essentially what you're doing is you're filling in the blank here with what you're intending to create. So your ultimate solution, and then in order to solve, so solutions you come up with here, and then you're going to solve the problem that you identified right up here. Okay, this should not be overly difficult. Basically, you're just going to fill in the gaps, and then give me another sentence or two, maybe explaining why the justification. You can read through here. It's going to tell you to kind of summarize all the sections above. So looking at this and turn it kind of into a paragraph form. This is a design brief that is really important, especially for your IB requirements. So spend a little bit of extra time on this one. The other thing you can do here is, if you really want, you can put your cursor in here. you can come up to Insert and go to Record Video, and then you could actually record yourself explaining the problem as opposed to typing it. I will tell you that it might get a little bit noisy in here, so if making a video explaining your problem is something you want to do, talk to me and we'll figure out a quieter spot for you to do it. Maybe you can step out in the hall. But again, to record video, pretty simple. You just come up here, click Record Video, and you're going to see me. I'm in here. It's using the camera up at the front, and essentially it is already recording right now. And so all of this that I'm saying right now is going into it. As soon as I'm done explaining my problem, I can just hit the X, and then now this particular little file right here is your video explaining it. So for those of you that don't really enjoy typing a whole lot, you are more than welcome to use that. You could also do record audio in the Insert tab instead if you just want to do your voice explaining it. You don't have to do the video. Okay, and that is the Inquiring and Analyzing section.